Not me, but I'm saying non should. It was a name I'd. Oh, for yeah. I mean, honestly, if I ever got like a tattoo, it would probably be something like Lego. Probably something with Zeke's name in it or something to do with Lego. Okay. And I killed myself.
Of ammo for everything.
Aw, man.
Okay, I can't find it. I think they all quit. Oh, no. Guess not.
Come on, die!
Oh,
no.
man.
No!
Oh, man.
Come on. I was locked in combat with that guy for so long. Oh, that was horrible. We just kept dancing. Not recommended? What? Can you elaborate on that, Stephanie? I don't want either of these. X, just here, we'll just put this aside. This isn't something I have to deal with, right? Because Stephanie, a person on YouTube with 3,354 subscribers. This is cancel culture right here. Cancel culture has come to my zoo, and I will not stand for it. I'm being attacked, and I hate it. Audacity to include Ray in the starting screen because of course they would, because she's a part of the story, but okay. But other than that, this kind of seemed like for most people it's just a chill, fun game. It's goofy. It is goofy. It's supposed to be goofy. It's intentionally goofy.
At last we will reveal
and
ourselves
that's
to the
okay
Jedi.
with me.
At last we will have revenge.
It's refreshing, honestly. Down, right, down, right. Down, right, down, right. Main character in the intro bit? Ludicrous, especially when she's a woman. Can you believe that? Women exist? How dare Star Wars point that out? Don't they know that most Star Wars fans don't know that women exist? Oh my god. How did that work? And here we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Lars. You are the Phantom Menace 8 times. Congratulations. You weren't super fast today, but it is pretty early. So I didn't know if there would be a fight or not. Sorry, I was looking for my dog because he was just on this chair, and then all of a sudden he's moved. Now he's over here. There's your puppers. There's your puppers. I don't know why I'm nervous. I can't quite explain it. But I'm also very excited. Let me go over the plan, okay? Bring this down a little bit more. All right, are you all familiar? I hope you would be. With a little scene from a movie called The Rise of Skywalker, which, to be fair, is honestly not my favorite Star Wars, okay? It's definitely the it's because of overcomplicating things. Yeah, absolutely. It is. Overthinking, overplanning, overestimating. So that's why we're just going to rip the Band-Aid off and do it today. Or start on it today. I don't know about finishing it. We'll see. But not my favorite movie in the sequel trilogy. I personally believe that a lot was retconned that was very interesting from The Last Jedi. However, I don't hate it for many of the reasons that other people hate it, as in there being a woman in it, heaven forbid. I don't think that it's woke. But anyway, remember this little scene? Anybody remember this little scene? I'm trying to think of dioramas that I could make that are kind of like on the scale of the other dioramas, right? Dioramas that I could make that I'm not entirely sure Disney is going to be making anytime soon. And I think this is a safe bet. So this is what I'm going for. I'm going to be building the Duel on the Death Star runes is what I'm calling it. Because I actually think it's probably the best part of that movie. Yeah, it's very cinematic. I love the waves that come up. I love the fact that it's on the old Death Star runes. There's just a lot going on here. So I went through the movie the other day, and I started taking some screenshots. So we'll go through some screenshots today. And then I'm going to show you some of the pieces that I have picked out that I think are going to help with this endeavor. And then I'm going to start taking some of these apart and sorting them and trying to do some prototyping this morning. I actually kind of think that I need to purchase a one of these dioramas again because I want to use it as a base and I don't want to take apart the one I have. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be able to do that. I'll have some funds available to actually put some pieces together that I can use to make this. So I'll be building it. I'll be prototyping. I'll be doing all that kind of stuff today. So that's what you're in for. And hopefully we'll have some good chats along the way too, you know? I hope. Okay, so I have a couple of screenshots here. I'm trying to get some close-ups of the details. I'm going to take a couple of creative liberties, I think. So one of the things I like the most about the Death Star runes is when they're going through the hallways and there's like stormtrooper helmets on the ground and old equipment and ruined TIE fighters. I think it's really, really cool. So I'm going to take a little bit of creative liberty because that stuff does not exist in this particular scene. It's kind of in the scene prior where they're in the ruins of the throne room. And that's, I didn't really want to do a throne room. This is the one that I've had in my mind for a while. So this is one I want to do. Kind of a long bridge across the water. There is a lot of gray elements and then a lot of rust. So I think I'm going to have to pull out the browns in the collection and maybe there's like this dark maroon red that we have. But I want to be subtle with it. I don't want to be too I don't want to go too overboard with the rust, right? It's very subtle, but it's definitely there, right? So it's like grays. I can see where I can get away with some dark gray. Maybe some black. I do have a lot of these black tiles. Let me get to the Lego scene. You love this process. I'm good. I'm hopeful that this is going to be like really, really fun. I just need to rip the Band-Aid off and do it. You know, this is a piece that I had been building a long time ago. You can see from the dust on it. I don't know if you can actually see that dust, but I was building, this is kind of the last thing that I had been building custom of my own. And it was going to be a big display for the Millennium Falcon. Not the UCS one, but like the standard Millennium Falcon. And so I went on Bricklink and bought a bunch of these tiles. These black tiles. So I'm going to be using some of this. I went ahead and bought over some of that because I think that'll be handy. Good morning, sleepyheads. Oh, wait, that's me. I'm still in bed. If this were any other Saturday, no, I'd still be up. I get up stupid early on the weekends. It's ridiculous. We did finish the Vader piece. Did you see it? Oh, hang on. Right there by the puppy. There's the puppy. And there's the Vader art. That is not its final resting place. But yeah. That's not its final resting place, but I kind of wanted it in the scene for right now because I think it's really cool. So that's where he's going to stay for right now until there's a chance that I may still move around the desk. I want to use, I've said this so many times, I'm sorry if I'm repeating it. This desk right here is a standing desk. I want to use this for Lego. So, looks great. Screenshotted it. Nice. There's also a clip on the channel if you want to see the full reveal when we finished it. My room was a little dark at the time. But, yeah, there's a clip on the channel. And I think, did I not put pictures on Discord? I guess I didn't put pictures on Discord. One of the things I want to do with this new era is I also want to start taking the photography of it a little serious. And once we build it, I'm going to put it out on like Instagram. Get this. There we go. I want to put it out on Instagram. I want to put it on, I think Brickshelf's still a thing. Wherever people are sharing Lego stuff to try to bring some stuff out there. Well, yeah, I got stuff on YouTube too. I think what I'll end up doing is for each build, I'll take the streams down and I'll chop them together and edit them into like maybe a 10-minute video of this process, what we're talking about right here, the planning process, and then notable moments along the way, and then the final product at the end. I think that'd make a really interesting YouTube video. So, but then also, yeah, the photography part too, kind of taking that to the next level. Instagram's actually pretty wildly successful for Lego stuff. I actually have a Lego account. I was just looking for my phone, and it's right here. You're my phone, so I can't look it up right now. But I had a Lego account for a while, and don't judge me, okay? Promise. It was called the Aficionado, like aficionado, but AFOL, adult fan of Lego. You'd have to be very in the Lego know to kind of get that. But I was posting stuff up there in early 2020. I think I did my whole Millennium Falcon build as a story on there. And it was doing really good. I got a lot of likes. The problem was translating likes to anything other than likes is like really hard. So, but I figured now that I have kind of an established presence over here, I think it would be interesting then to see if I could kind of grow that and also still push people over somewhere like this or to YouTube or something. I didn't realize the piece would be so big. It's about 3 to 4 feet long. Yeah, I would say probably 4 feet, right? I'm 5'7" and I can stand by it. And it comes up to like somewhere around here-ish. Yeah. So I'm very excited. So without further ado, we're just going to play. Today is playing day. Here's what I want to use as a base. I want to use this as a base. Now, I'm doing this in minifigure scale. So I will have minifigure Kylo and Rey. This is not the Kylo I'm going to end up using. The Kylo I'm going to use needs to be a Rise of Skywalker Kylo. I have that on order from Bricklink. I found somebody who's selling it for $3. So I bought him, and I bought a Rise of Skywalker Rey as well for like $2. So those should be coming in probably a couple weeks. I don't know how long that takes to get here, but basically my height. Are you 4 feet tall? Nothing wrong with that. So obviously this scale I can't use, but this is the set I'm considering purchasing again to use as the base, mostly because I want to be able to get this section right here to be about this size. And not to mention the pieces that this comes with would be very handy for some of the greeble action that I need to do on the Death Star ruins. So as soon as I can, I'm going to be repurchasing this set. Or should I just use it? I think if I take it apart, it'll probably always be apart. But should I just use it as a base? I really didn't think of doing this until just now. Does this set really mean as much to me? How much is it? How much is it right now? How much is this set right now? Can you still get it even? I'm also on purpose not looking up. Okay, it's still $70. If you drop it, you have to reuse it. I really like these dioramas. I think I kind of want to keep it. I'm not going to make a decision on that right now. Yeah. Because I really like it. And I really like having the dioramas all set up. But I really could use the pieces in it. So I'm going to on purpose not look up anyone else who has created a mock of this set, of this scene. I am sure it's kind of the rule of the internet, right? I'm sure somebody has done it. But I'm not going to look it up right now. I don't want to compare what I'm doing to other people's stuff. And I also don't want to feel like I'm kind of like stealing ideas, right? I want it to be unique. I don't just want to follow the pattern. Okay, so the Death Star Trench Run is still $69.99. Sometimes Target has it for $60, so that's not bad. I think that's doable. I just have to wait. I have to wait just a couple of weeks. Kid's birthday is coming up, stuff like that, you know. A marching band, our director names, you know. But if I'm wait. I'm overcomplicating this again, guys. If I'm just gonna buy this set again, why do I not just start with taking this one apart? Right? If I'm like, okay, in a couple weeks I'm gonna rebuy it. What am I worried about? What do you think? Right? Like if yeah, why wait? Why wait? I'm in danger. Let's do it. Let's do it. I think this is what I need, is that I need to start getting my hands in here on something. Oh, before I start taking everything apart though, let me show you. Oops. Let me show you a couple of things I'm going to use as well. So I went through the collection last night. And here's a couple of other pieces that I think will make interesting elements. So this is a Y-Wing set. I think this is 75172. This is a Y-Wing set that has just a lot of very unique, very cool elements in it that I feel are very greeble, intense. Just all of this right here. So I'm going to be taking this apart as well, which it's already in pieces, and using those pieces as well. So here we go. We're using this as a base, but we're gonna pretty much destruct most of it. And then, you know, I'll buy another one for the collection. It is very dusty. Marching band. In Marching Band, our director names the high brass and the low brass rooms Tatooine and Helm's Deep respectively. That's cool. That's a cool band director. This little tower right here, I kind of want to keep semi-intact. Oops. Okay, you know what? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Let's put you right there. And then this back wall, yeah, I think just pops out like this. Excellent. I'm going to keep that together. Okay. I'm using this as a base because I would like this to be this dimension, which means in the center here is going to be kind of the Death Star ruin stuff, like kind of that bridge that we saw in here. In here. Let me get back to the picture I want to reference specifically. There's Rey jumping. I thought about the scene actually being at this point where she's jumping and Kylo like comes after her. Okay, is that a better one? This is a great scene. Very tense. So I'm actually going to make it pretty tall because I want to get some of these details on the side. The elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. The water. I have never made Lego water, but I'm going to attempt to make a Lego ocean. That particular part will definitely need to be a Bricklink order because I don't have enough translucent blue pieces to make that. I need to make waves. I don't need to just make water. I need to make full-on waves. I don't need to just make water. I need to make full-on waves, which is a whole different beast. And something I obviously don't have a lot of practice with. And then coming off of like here, you see these little like essentially waterfalls where water's pouring out. I also want to do that on the sides as well. So, let's go back. So I'm going to start taking off all of this right here and this here, leaving kind of a strip in the middle. And then that way I won't have to do a lot of water. The water will kind of come up on the side of it as like a wave right here and probably on the back as well. Although I guess, no, actually I should only have to do the front. I could get more space if I did it from this way, from here to here. I could get more space. Like here to here could be the Death Star runes, and then the rest of the front here could be the water and the waves going up. I wouldn't have to do it on either side. That makes sense. I think it makes sense. All right. I love these details, some of these details though. And that's the kind of details I want to put on this one as well. So again, I'm going to take some creative liberties, but you know. Okay. And we have the brick separator. I also have a TIE fighter over here I was going to take apart as well. Because again, one of the cool things about the Death Star runes is when they're going through and they see a bunch of TIE fighters. But also not in this scene. I don't know if I'm going for like scene accurate, screen accurate replica. Because obviously like none of these really did. They didn't go like screen accurate. They just went with this, like the Dagobah one, right? They went with the spirit. The real spirit of the scenes, you know? And that's kind of what I'm going for. So the spirit being Death Star runes, Empire in shambles, old stuff everywhere. Come on. Actually, I think I might just clear this whole thing off. Because if I just clear the whole thing off, I have essentially just a blank slate, you know? So how the heck has your week gone, everybody? Get into anything interesting this week? Any Lego adventures? Lars, I know you're setting up for doing some Lego content pretty soon as well, right? Sometimes your nails just work better. I'm finishing sorting Lego at the moment. I do have to say there's a lot of broken stuff, a few missing things, and many chewed up pieces. Oh no. So the question is, who chewed them up? Was it a dog? Was it a baby? Was it you? I probably have some teeth marks on mine because I notoriously am kind of bad at using my teeth to separate Lego. You shouldn't do that. Mrs. Nonder gets on me about that all the time. Hopefully you'll never find me doing that on stream. A kid, yeah. Yeah, so I have Zeke. Zeke has his own collection. He has his own container in my closet back here. It's this purple container from when I was a kid. And there's been a couple of sets that I have bought him, you know, kids-related sets. A couple of sets that I bought him that are sitting in there. And so, you know, I'm teaching him to not put them in his mouth, obviously. And if he needs help separating things, I will separate it for him, you know. Because I caught him one time trying to put it in his mouth to separate it too. I was like, no. I know that seems like it would make sense, but let's not do that. So he'll have his collection, you know. One day, I could see myself being like, you know what? If you want to build more, look at all these pieces in here. And there's been a couple of sets that I've had that have been deconstructed for a while that I'm like, I'm not going to rebuild this. And I've essentially added those pieces to his collection. Yeah, they are a choking hazard. So he gets, he plays with them in here where he gets monitored. And most of the time, it's just me building stuff for him. He'll be like, build me a rocket ship. Build me a house. It's usually a rocket ship. And that's where, I guess I could go get something to show you. Hang on one second. It's kind of where all this is coming from. My reignited passion. My reignited passion for building. Because I just built this out of pieces that he had in his collection. I don't know. It's sleek. It's cool. He wanted a rocket ship. I built him a more Star Wars inspired ship. You know? It's kind of cool. It was just for me just messing around. Like I didn't have any plan. I just started putting pieces together. And there's something so zen about it, you know? I love it. Yeah, it's fast. Kind of reminds me of like the Naboo starship or something, you know? I was worried about resale value if I replaced old broken pieces with new good ones. Then I realized I don't really have any plans for sale. Yeah. What would be better though for resale if the pieces were old, discolored, and chewed on, or, you know, looked like they were in decent shape, you know? I'll leave that right there. I might need that. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe water only on one side. Like we'll be looking at this from the front anyway, this being the front down here. So come on. There we go. Lots of small pieces on here. This is exactly what I wanted though, was this base to kind of build off of, because I want it to be in the same kind of like, I want it to feel like it fits within the diorama series, you know? So using one of the dioramas as a base, I think is an excellent idea. I don't really have plans to sell mine either. There have been a couple of minifigures I have that I've seen have gone for quite a bit of money, and that gets kind of tempting, but a lot of them are the ones that were like from my childhood, like the very first Lego Star Wars set. One of the very first ones I got was the Boba Fett Slave 1 That was actually one of the first Lego Star Wars sets I even created, along with the original TIE Fighter set made from black and blue pieces, which I think was an artistic representation of kind of the blue-gray Durasteel of a TIE Fighter. And I actually really like the way it looks. I just love to finally be doing this. I'm already like feeling better about it the moment I actually started on it. I don't know what I was in my head about. That like I would get halfway through a build like this or something and then realize that I couldn't finish it and I'd be embarrassed or something. I don't know. But like most things in life, you never know till you try. That flew all the way across the room. Come on. I shouldn't have trimmed my nails so short today. Should have left some length on them. I should paint my nails. Okay, there we go. There's our base. Perfect. So we're going to focus on building. We're going to focus on building up. I want this to get pretty high. Would I even say it's like that might be too high? If it was like this high, and then so here's where the little, I only have this Kylo as like a reference. That might be like a little bit too high. But the idea, I mean, the idea is like this, right? We're done. We did it. Meaner Stupfer, how you doing? Good morning. Sudden ad hit was so much louder. Oh no, I'm sorry. Does that mean my stream is too low? Or my vibes are just too immaculate that no ad can match it? I should probably try to plan my ad breaks a little more. It's complicated though. Okay. Although really, this width I think is exactly what I'm looking for. So this would be the platform they're on, and the rest of this could be the water effects. What is Kylo Ren doing there? Well, he is just a reference currently. But he will be a part of this final build. Ooh, that's such a cool detail. I'm keeping that. Okay, so if this is going to kind of be the plate, the background plate, how could I'm trying to think of how I could best get height on this. There's a lot of slopes. I probably should have grabbed a bag of slopes. The TIE Fighter has a couple of slopes. Oh boy. Okay, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's a specific enough word. That is a specific enough word. The only ones that I kind of ban are if you try to get me to not say the word the, or, you know, articles like that. Hey, Elf, how's it going? Good morning. You could ban like good morning or something like that, but that's fine. I'm completely okay with that one. So let me start a timer. Timer for that. 15 minutes. 15-minute timer has been started. That is the IRL word ban. If I say that word, I have to gift a sub. And it could be to any one of Woodsy's choosing, including themselves or somebody else or a random. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Pretty good. Boring day at work done, and now I can enjoy the weekend. Excellent. Glad to hear that. Boring work. Also going to get rid of some of this dust as I go as well. Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh. My camera disconnected for some reason. Hang on one sec. Ooh, look at that nasty face. Hello. That hasn't happened in a while. That's kind of odd. First this camera went out, and then it came right back. Did I say that? I don't think I did. Right? You're trying to get me to say it through chat, huh? Sneaky. Sneaky. I did? No, wait. When did I say it? I did? Surely not. I said cleaning. You're right. Wait, did I? Okay, hang on. Can we clip it? Is it too late to clip it and go back? It's probably too late, right? Okay, one sec. Oh, hang on, my music. Music's on the same track. Hang on. Mute that tab. Okay. As I said, as I go. Do you hear that? As I go. Gonna get rid of some of this dust as I go. As well. I'm gonna fight you on that one. Oh, wait, you can't. You guys couldn't hear that? You all couldn't hear that through stream? I wouldn't have put it past me, though. I've done something like that in the past, so I wouldn't have been like overly surprised, but you know, I'm glad. Okay. So that is part of the challenge as well, is that if we disagree, somebody's got to prove it with a clip, you know? Somebody's got to. Okay. How do I want to start this? I kind of need slopes. Or I could get really fancy. I could get really fancy here. Because I'm going to need so many... There's a hair here. Because I'm going to need so much greebles on the side. Like, pretend this is like the wall on this side, right? Because I'm going to need so many greebles there. I could make that work. Or something similar, you know. I will need some plates. I think I'm going to grab some slopes and some plates from the collection. So bear with me just a minute. I'll be right back. I'm just going right over here. I found these, which is kind of my gray slopes, gray pieces collection. I was looking for my browns or maroons, so hang on, I'm gonna look one more time. All right. I've only got the last bit of bricks left for sorting. Nice. So here's brown. I think the brown's too much for most of this, other than this piece. This looks like a barrel, but there's specifically in this shot I'm looking at right now, right about here is sort of a round brown / rust thing. I think this could work for it. Ooh. All right. All right. I'm trying to think of where to start here. Slopes. I think I need this section right here. I think this piece will be important. I'm not going to take off all the greebles because I think I can use them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is going to be the wall right here. For sure. I got to find a nice, stable way to connect it all. Which I think pieces like this will do an excellent job of that. Pieces like this. Or let's see. Pieces like this. This is so much fun. Come on. When we start getting into the detail work, that's when it's going to be so cool. I love greeble work. It's called greebles or greeblies. You know, I never really heard it said out loud because I spent most of my early formative Lego years. Hang on. Shoot. I was gonna say I spent most of my early Lego formative years on forums and not hearing what people said. What years, you say? I said it. I said it with 4 minutes to spare. So, let's see. So, get back up here. That was Woodsy, right? That was you. It's like as soon as I started saying it, I was like, shoot. Yeah, that was Woodsy. Okay, so Woodsy, do you want a sub for yourself? Do you want to give a sub to somebody else, or do you want to do a random sub? It's completely up to you. It would make sense if you want it, so don't feel bad about that. Look at all these sweet emotes. I just had a work brain moment there for a second. I'm feeling like taking the prize this time, Alex. All right. You got it, dude. You have one emote. Have you unlocked that one? That's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one, man. Here we go. And
why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
N0 Ender gifted a tier 1 sub to Woods Z.
There you go. Thank you so much. You're now part of the nerf herders. You're not scruffy looking at all. There's also a special part of Discord that you can also now access. Holy crap. I definitely have to work on my emote game. Why am I saying emote? Yeah. Wait, they're emote. Do they call them emotes? Yeah, they call them emotes. What am I? I'm having an actual brain fart moment here. All right, the timer goes off. I think... Yeah, why am I having a weird moment with that word? I don't know what's going on. Emojis, you're thinking? Yeah, because I'm a millennial and I was raised on emojis. I was raised on emojis and Jesus. Good old emojis and Jesus. Let me keep these. It'll be kind of a cool challenge is building this entire thing with only the pieces from that set. Minus any water effects that I need to do. But I'm not doing that. MSN definitely has emoticons. Yeah, it was emoticons. Yeah, I'm old. We're like right about there. Let me mark that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make it even. Yeah. So that's where that marker is where I'm gonna have the wall ending. And I think that height is just about right. We'll get a lot of cool details on this side. We'll have a lot of empty space here for water. And then oh yeah, hit him with the wink. Yeah. What was my favorite one? My favorite one to do was like, I mean, I just like the classic. I'll put a space in it so it doesn't turn it into an emote, but I like the classic big grin. Man. It takes me back to my first internet girlfriend. I will not say her name here for her own privacy. But hey, we're still Facebook friends. She's very happy with her husband, and I'm very happy for her. What a weird time, man. Growing up as like a millennial on the internet where people didn't really... Her name was Sheila. We'll call her Sheila. That's fine. We can call her Sheila. But yeah, growing up on the internet, man, where... Kind of looks cool. Nobody really... Nobody monitored our internet as much as they probably should have. But I mean, look at what I was doing. I was on Lego forums. If I wasn't on a Lego forum, I was on a forum for Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. Talking in the forums of our Fellowship of the Force clan for Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy later on, once that game launched. I need more of these, and apparently there's only one in this. which is unfortunate. Do I have any in here? So my collection isn't incredibly sorted well. As you can see, this is basically gray elements that are... I got the Technic elements in here. I've got some slopes in here. But the piece I'm kind of looking for is more like... There definitely would be a better way to sort this stuff. And hopefully in the future I'll get to that better way. But right now, none of them are catching my eye. All these slopes are really catching my eye, though. These will definitely be useful for building the sidewall, but we'll come back to that. Now, the funny thing is it doesn't matter the color of these because these are going to be essentially inside here. Let's even see. Will this even work? Let's just... I'll have to bring it up by one. Yeah, I mean, it'll work like that. Yeah. I'll have to bring it up. It wasn't as wild, though, back then, I feel like. I mean, I'm sure you could find some wild stuff, but honestly, the stuff I got into was pretty tame. Pretty tame. I mean, I did have an issue, like, I was careful enough with, like, talking to people who were strangers. I feel like back in my day, the anonymity of having a screen name not tied to your real name was actually a super big beneficial thing. And the fact that not many of us did video and or like photographic content, you know, like we weren't putting our face on everything. So I think if you've like found, if the site even exists, if you found like my old profile, which I don't think it even exists because I moved it, on the old Lego forum, I don't think there would really be anything on there tying it back to me. I might have at some point like said my first name, but that's probably about it. Oh, that's not one. Shoot. Surely there's got to be one more of these things here somewhere. What about the Y-Wing? Does the Y-Wing have any of the pieces that we need? So a little more innocent, I guess you could say, back in the day. There's something holding, oops, sorry, something holding this on here. That could be what I need. Yeah, if I go a little bit different than the way I was thinking. Yeah, here we go. This piece. I need it to be very sturdy. So the more of these types of pieces I can put in here, the better. I keep on thinking I can't say Lego anymore, but that has passed. I can say Lego now. Lego, Lego, Lego. Lots of good elements in here, though. This little, there's like a bomb in there. When you turn this, they drop out. Isn't that cool? It's a cool. This Y-Wing's a cool set. It's a very cool set. Interactions were more genuine somehow. I agree. I think our biggest mistake with the internet was when social media made you try to be your authentic self. I think that's where things went wrong. I think that's where a lot of kids are going to get themselves in trouble growing up. Because now what you're doing on the internet now lives on forever. Literally forever. And people can tie, you know, like there's ways for people to find you, obviously. You know, a lot of people are sloppy on the internet, myself included. There's ways for people to find you. And yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of regret, hopefully we'll learn as a society how to understand. Take this little piece off. Well, understand that one, kids are kids, especially when they're actual kids, and it's the internet, and they don't know any better, and their parents haven't taught them well. Shame on the parents, right? But that shouldn't be their fault. I might actually use a full-on piece for this. Sorry, I keep going back and forth on what I want to use here, but these are all the sets I told myself that I could use without any I haven't cracked into any of the TIE Fighter yet, though. This is 75150. This is Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and I believe the Rebel A-Wing. I haven't taken any pieces out of this yet. And I'm immediately, like, feeling like I shouldn't. I don't know why. Okay, this doesn't really matter what color these are. I just need to fill this in. There's a lot on here, but these are kind of keeping this together. Hey, Darth Torlin, how you doing? Good morning. How is your weekend going? Did I lose it? What? It's morning already? Well, it is for me. I don't know about for you, but it is for me. It's about 7 a.m. already? Holy cow, we've been going for almost an hour? That probably means I need to hydrate. Oh. My straw was getting away from me. It's Chuck Norris's water. It's a roundhouse kick of hydration. Here we go. Let's do that again. Oh man, the roundhouse kick of hydration is such a deep cut. Man. I love that though. Never change. I don't guess I'll be able to use those. I can use these. Okay, dude. Nonder, the color doesn't matter, bro. You just need to fill this piece in, okay? That's it. You're right. You're right. You're right. I actually think I'm gonna use bricks. So I was just thinking, with bricks, I'll have a height that I can then use to adjust it wherever I need it to be. Shoot. Surely I have a 2x4 in here somewhere. There it is. I am making a mock, so I'm gonna be building something I've wanted to do since the dioramas came out is build my own dioramas. So I'm gonna be building this right here. This is the Duel on the Death Star ruins from Rise of Skywalker. I tried to pick one that's a different colored gray. I don't know if you can tell, but it doesn't matter, it'll be covered. I tried to pick one that I don't think Disney is gonna do. I don't think Disney's gonna do this diorama anytime soon. They could, but hopefully I'll be out with mine before they will. That's my hope anyway. And it should be pretty cool. About the only part that I think I'm just a little hesitant about is going to be the water. But that's just going to be trial and error and a couple Bricklink orders. You know? Otherwise, everything else I feel like is achievable in this. I don't think this is going to be an overly complicated build. I want to stay as close to the source material as possible. However, oh yeah, look at that. However, I'm going to take some creative liberties with some of the details. Because I think it's important to take those liberties wherever you can, you know? Okay, and then I think maybe I will bring this out to the end. I can't go all the way to the end. It's got to go like here. And then these ones here. Okay. Spin it around. Hope I gave myself enough space there. Whoa, why is that bent like that? Oh, because those ones are out by one more. Interesting. Interesting. That's not long enough. I mean, I can just add. I can just add to it like this. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oops, this piece fell off. Nice. Seems fairly solid. As I get to the top, how come this one doesn't seem? This one back here kind of give me trouble. I think that's fine. I might have to find some more angle pieces. See how they keep pulling away from here? I don't think that these are equal enough to be used in the way that I'm trying to use them. See, this one just popped off again too. Hear that right there? Right there. Because now it looks like I don't need these. Sure feels like I do. They're just off by... I think I need to not use two different types. I think it needs to be one or the other. Because these are all... Yeah. Okay, when you put them together like that, you can tell. They're off by a little bit. And then even if you put like a piece like that, look at how off they still are. They're all off by just like a millimeter. So, okay. So I need to pick one, basically. The problem is I don't have any more of those. I could do what they did in the original mock, or in the original set, which is using like these. Let me go ahead and... Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I lost it for a second. There we go. And they have these going through like this into these. And I could definitely attach it that way. Not a horrible idea. Not a horrible idea. It's a great idea. Take these off. Put these on the corner. And then I think I'd probably want them over here. Then I'll be able to hide it from this side, no problem. Where's that other one? So we're learning from the tactics that they used in the original diorama. Where'd you go? I know there's one more. I'm just missing it somewhere. Do or do not. There is no try. That's true. What is it? Hello? There it is. Yoink. Oh, you were in the way, you little greeble. You probably aren't going to stay there anyway, so. Whoa. Once I figure out how to attach this, then I'll probably take it off and work on details. It'd be nice if that was connected. Could I still... I could potentially still do that. I want to add some strength to this. Okay. Gray. Yeah, these will work. It doesn't need to be much. I just want to make sure that none of these pop off. Come on. See, this is a tempting one to use your teeth on, but don't do it. Don't do it. Chips are for crunching on Cheetos, not Lego. Remember that, kids. Your future self will thank you. Got those two. I think I'm gonna just take off some of these. I'm gonna essentially rework this whole thing anyway, so I should probably just start taking it all off. We'll make our own greebles. Oh, come on. You won't let me do that, will you? Yeah, these ones are going to be tough. Woo! Did that hit the camera? Okay. All right, I'll come for the rest of you in a bit. Let me not get distracted from my ultimate goal here, which is just to provide a little stability. So all I really need is just like, I'm just gonna do this for now. I'm sure as I do more details, I'm gonna come back to this part here. Come on. I'm gonna have to find, I tried to look for my kind of red, rust red elements in my collection, and I don't know where I put them. I know I have a bag of them. It'd be kind of like a dark red, almost brown. And that's what I'm gonna use for the rust. But for some reason, I just couldn't find them. I'm gonna leave these things on the top. I'm probably, instead of this, gonna have this like connect out like right here, but for right now I'm gonna leave them. Come on. Okay. All right. So far, so good. I know that's probably not going to be there at the end of the day, so I'm going to take it off right now. Okay, so that is how we're going to connect it now. And since this is so different now. Hey, good morning, Clumsy. How you doing? I will have to build up down here to kind of hide these after the fact, which isn't a bad thing. I don't mind doing that. I won't be able to use those. I'm gonna have to use the bricks. Which is fine. Doing good. Just booting up Animal Crossing. You're into that Animal Crossing life now, huh? Is it Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Switch? Or is it one of the older ones? Okay, let's turn this around. Okay, it'll be about like that. Let's see. Ooh, that's something I hadn't really thought of though. Let's put this in just to see. New Horizons, nice. Hey, it's Charles. I'm late, but our new bed is so comfy. Ooh, you got one of them sleep number beds or something? Hey, that works. Hey, that's pretty cool. There were more of those, right? There should be one more. Where'd it go? Tempur-Pedic, nice. I was just playing New Horizons. I had my own phase with Animal Crossing New Horizons. So did Mrs. Nonder. And she pretty much, I think she kind of got to the end of what she could do in that game. She played it a lot, especially during the panini. The panini. Oh, this would have been a nice piece to have a few hours ago. This would have been great. Okay, so I mean the concept here is working. What I wanted to accomplish is working. However, for some reason, I can't seem to find this other pin. I know there's this brown one, but it should be another gray one, I think. Right? I guess I don't really care about the color. Did the Y-Wing have anything like that? It's a pin with a flat head. Flathead pin. I've seen so many people playing it in the pandemic. I was jealous because I didn't have a Switch. Did you finally get one? You finally got a Switch? You got to play Zelda. Oh, look at this cool guy. Okay. He's cool. You should play Zelda. I'm like a Zelda evangelist now. It's like, hey, y'all seen that new Zelda game? Ooh, this is an interesting piece. I'm definitely using this. We're putting that aside. That's going into it. Here's another one. Did it just roll off somewhere? I don't see it. Oh, static. I don't know if you guys can hear the static, but I just got rubbed my feet against the carpet and got. Have you heard about the Lord and Savior Zelda? Using my brother's Switch so close enough. Has he already abandoned the Switch? That happened to a lot of people. I abandoned mine for a while. And now I'm way back into it. I'm so glad. So I actually sold, I bought a Switch, I think, way before the pandemic. But I bought one and played Breath of the Wild and loved it. And then just, the other games just weren't super appealing to me. I was just kind of like, eh. And so I got away from it. And then the Switch Lite came out and I was like, well, that's what I want. I want to be able to put one in my pocket. I want it to be small. I don't ever play it docked. I always play it handheld. So I sold my Switch and used the money to buy a Switch Lite along with a couple of games as well. And then I kind of played that for a while. I played the remake of the new Zelda game at the time, the Link's Awakening, which was a remake, but still a great Zelda game, one of my favorites. And then again, I just kind of like fell off from using it and hadn't used it in a while. And then I got a free regular Switch. Kay was getting rid of his, and he was just like, you can just have it if you want. Like, I don't need any money for it. So I was like, okay. Kay is like one of the most generous people in the world. And so then I was like, sure, I'll take it. And I started playing like No Man's Sky on it, which was fun. And that's why I happen to have a Switch and a dock, like a normal size Switch for the Zelda streams now. So I'm glad. I'm very glad. What a legend, right? What a legend. That is a story. A new Zelda game? Yeah, I've been watching some guy stream it, but he's not very good. He's convincing me even I can play it. Well, that's why I'm here. Just kidding. Oh, wrong button. What is Zelda? Zelda is a game. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the one we're specifically speaking to. The successor to Breath of the Wild. And I'm realizing that might have been sarcastic, but... Come back, I was kidding. Alright, I'll come back. Alright. It's so great. I talked to Spud yesterday in his stream a long time because I feel like I needed some tips on like what to do next because there's so much. I just need some focus, and he gave me some great ideas for a place that I'm gonna go the next time I play, just to kind of like get myself geared up, kitted up, and it will involve going back down into the depths, which I'm kind of looking forward to, even though it's terrifying down there. Okay, I guess I just don't have this piece, or they used this one, but I don't know why they would use two different sized pins. I don't care about the color, but the size is really kind of bugging me. But in concept, I think once that pin's in there, that's gonna be pretty good. Which guy? Do you think I should watch him? Oh no. That's why I'm here. Thanks, Clumsy. Fro has a similar build style to yours in Tears of the Kingdom. Nice. Is he playing Tears of the Kingdom too? I'll have to try to check that out. If I could get that, like, one more closer, that would probably be better. Instead of here. That's got to be way too close, though. Yeah. Interesting. I wish that could go a little closer. As in terrible and frustrating to watch. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Touche. I see how it is. I see how it is. I think I need to bust out a Technic bag. But hey, we're still here. I mean, I guess that's part of the fun, right? I know I have some of these in a Technic collection, so if you don't mind, give me a moment. Watch Clumsy's clip. And I'm going to go find a pin that matches the size of this one. Hold, please. I guess I could bring this over here so you don't have to watch me crouch down over there. Some kind of Lego gremlin. Is that it? Is that the piece I need? Nope, not quite. It's in here somewhere. Here's an entire bag of Technic pieces. Don't you just love my sorting system? My, like, non-existent sorting system. I don't know if I have the space to sort any differently, though, you know? Alright, if this wasn't in here... If they were in here loose, they would probably fall to the bottom. So I'm gonna look this way. There's a bunch of them here, but it's one with a very specific, like... flat end top so that it can be flush. And I know I've got to have some. I gots to. This one isn't quite it. Because it doesn't have a flat top, it's got a stud top. The problem with mocks is you never know what piece you need until you need it. And I really don't want to dump out this whole thing. Non-existent. Ooh, I thought I had one there. You know, I guess, do I need the flat if I just have one that's short enough? The flat top is nice, though, because it stops it from going all the way through. Yeah, that's too long. There has got to be one. Oh. Here's one, but it's way too long. Dang it. Here's some sorting ASMR for you. Okay, here you go. I like digging ASMR. Ooh, it smells, though. Lego has a smell. Do you all know that? Those of you who build, I'm sure you know that. But to me, Lego absolutely has a smell. And it's a good one. Probably toxic. Knowing this world. Wouldn't be surprised. Come on, dude. I'm finding a lot of them with the stud top, but not many with the flat top. Can't smell yours? Do you just have smelling capabilities, or is it just that yours? Maybe yours are clean. Mine have years worth of hand gunk on them. Never been able to. Well, I really kind of thought I'd have more. This can't be my only Technic bag. It just can't. It can't. It can't. It might be. Okay. I think it's technically smaller than the other one, but I think it'll work. Smaller and browner, but I think it'll work. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Just testing for proof of concept. Whoa. Nope, it won't reach. Cool. It has to specifically be this long. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. This is the only part that gets frustrating to me, is when I know there's a specific piece that I need, and I probably have it somewhere. I probably have it somewhere. I just don't understand, because there was two. It's got to be here. I had to have dropped it or something, you think? Where it rolled somewhere? Because I can't imagine why they would use two different lengths when they were attaching theirs. You know? It's a very specific piece that I need. I could get stun locked here, or I could just continue on, because I need to probably be building more detail on this anyway. So let's do that instead. Let's not stun lock ourselves here. And then I will continue looking for that piece at a later date. Okay. So, as to not stun lock, do this. Go ahead and start taking these off. All right. So, the platform will come out this way. Now, how can I make sort of a nice L shape here? Right? It's not under that cylindrical piece. Okay, hold on. This one right here. I don't see it there. Might have just been seeing like this. There's nothing underneath the camera. I'll move it all here. That would be just about like me. But no, I don't think so. I guess they had to have used two separate pin styles. But I don't know why they would do that. I guess I could go back to the VOD and look at it. There's a greeblet attached to it. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna look at the camera and see if I can tell what you're seeing. Are you talking about this one? This is just a smooth piece. The piece here has like the four ridges that make it lock in place. I guess they just use two different types of pins. I just don't know why one would be longer than the other. I could go back to the video where I took it apart and figure it out from there. Oops. I thought you need another dark gray 1x4. No, not necessarily. I'm looking for that pin. But now I'm gonna kind of move on from that. I'll go look in my own collection. I know that I have some. I just have to find it. And I don't want to spend a lot of time digging when I could be spending time building. Okay, so the idea here, and let's look through some of the other pictures too. See how it kind of slopes down like that? We're working on the side. There's some slopes. Ah, that's a good picture right there. That's kind of what I'm going for. Oh yes, sorry Clumsy, you came in a little later. So I'm building the Duel on the Death Star ruins from Rise of Skywalker as a little diorama. It'll probably end up being sort of this scene right here in this picture. Okay. So these end up being perfect here then. Actually. So I knew I would come back to this. You always come back. They always come back. Just to sort of flatten this out here. I think I'll mostly add the sort of the rust elements at towards the end as just accent pieces, because I don't want it to overwhelm the rest of the build. Tell me I have one more of those. You tell me I don't got one more of those? Why do the Lego gods hate me some days? Okay. That works. All right, and now we can even go full on brick. We can get bricked up here. I mean, we can get our brick on. I kind of want that to go all the way at the top. Where's... Tell me I got more slopes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you got more slopes. Give me them gray slopes. Sorry for the rustling. Not reverse slope. Give me one of them regular slopes. Give me that 2x3. Not inverted. 2x3 standard gray slope. Thank you. There we go. Got it. Nailed it. Ends up being a slightly different color. Slightly the older gray. But I think I'm okay with it because obviously we're going to be showing age here. It's part of the issue with my collection is I have a lot of old pieces, which include older versions of gray that are just slightly off, especially in texture. These are two definitely. This one's the older one. This one's the newer one. This one ends up being a little bluer gray. This one ends up being more kind of dirty gray. You might be able to tell. I don't know. All right. I just need a 1x2 now, right? Just a 1x2, no big deal. I'm liking it so far. If I can figure this part out. All right, 1x2. 1x2 brick, please. Doesn't really matter. There we go. Yeah, you can definitely tell. I'm not sure if it's so noticeable on camera, but the difference between the old and the new gray is pretty wild. Pretty wild. Okay, so that kind of acts as a couple of those. I think then some of them are just gonna be straight up just bricks, you know. Whoops. Oh, I dropped the Y-wing. But turns out I want this Y-wing. I want its sweet, sweet pieces. I'm just checking too to see if maybe this has one of those pins, because there are some Technic elements here. Okay. I was also hoping for some longer pieces too. Do. This piece will be helpful. This piece will be helpful. It's cool little. I'm not sure what version number this R2 unit would be, or like an R5 or something. I don't know. But he's cute. It's got a little translucent head. Translucent head there. And he's like chrome. I don't remember his designation, unfortunately. Let's see. Although he might fit good in the wreckage. Could be interesting. Ooh, those pieces could also be interesting. I could use those. All right. Technic pieces. More slopes. I definitely need the slopes. I'll take those. Now look, I know it's looking kind of basic right now, but trust me. I'm going to add a lot of detail. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to glean from that right now. Okay. Ooh. That almost went into my coffee. Thankfully it didn't, because I would have choked. That went flying. Jeez. Now this is going to be one project where I am going to work on this off stream as well, because I have a tendency for inspiration to strike at the weirdest times. And if I can think of like, ooh, I need this piece, I'm definitely going to go into the collection, find that piece, and then put it down. So I'm going to do as much of this on stream as possible, but you know, when inspiration strikes, you can't be you know what? Speaking of inspiration, so on the screenshot, these ones right here are kind of the slopes that I'm building right now. So really, those should just be like maybe these three right here. So I'll kind of like cut it off right here. These three, and then the rest of them will just be kind of like standard bricks up, I think. So I think it makes more sense to go I'm gonna need more slopes. Two by three standard slope. Hey, look, I know I'm gonna need you, so I'm just gonna take you out right now. A couple pieces in here I know that I'm gonna want to have. For the greeble portion of this build. Greeblies. The details. We'll just call it the details, you know? You. I'll take you. Although, no, you're a different breed. You're a different color there. I'll try to use as much new gray as I can, but I'll strategically use the old gray. Because this is an aged area, right? There's a lot of rust. I still haven't found that slope I'm looking for. I found a long one. I found a 2x4 slope, which is a pretty interesting slope. I'll put it aside for later. Where are all the slopes? Come on. Ah, there you are. Nope. No, that's not one. That's a side slope. Wow, am I out of those already? That doesn't seem... I literally just need one more. Here's a longer one, too. At this point, I might make it longer, you know? Well... Might need that. Probably need that. I'll take that. I have a lot of inverted slopes, but for some reason, I'm coming up empty on standard 2x3 slopes. And of course I need one more. They're all pretty consistent. Like they match. Otherwise, I would go kind of like inconsistent with it. What's the best Star Wars scene of all time? That's ooh. That's loaded. You know which one I really like though? I do like the throne room in The Last Jedi, where Rey and Kylo take on the Praetorian guards. I do enjoy that one. What if we did? I mean, that does actually kind of look correct. But the problem is I've only got 2 of those, of the longer ones. So we're still stuck where we have. That's a hard one. That is such a good scene. It's a really good, it's one of my favorite ones definitely in the prequel, or sequel trilogy rather. That's what I'm ending up having to do most of the time with Star Wars stuff now, is they're like, what's your favorite this? And it's like, well, I could give you my favorite one in each era. And I think that's fair, because they are pretty dramatically different from each other, you know? It's like in the prequel trilogy, that would obviously be, oh, I found it. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker's duel, right? Even though Duel of the Fates is also pretty good too, but found it. Okay. Now I'm kind of digging the longer ones though. Ooh, there's some dust there. You see that dust on that piece? Wow. So in the prequels, it would be that one. In the original trilogy, best scene. Probably the one that comes to mind the most with the standard trilogy would be, or the OT, would be the Bespin duel, like where he's standing at the top, Vader's like standing at the top of the stairs and Luke turns his lightsaber on. That scene in particular. Wouldn't be surprised if that duel got turned into a diorama. That'd be a pretty good one. I'd like that one. So yeah, here's my issue. Now I've kind of dig the longer. I kind of dig the longer one. But now I only have 2 of those. And I need 3. Like, I need at least 3. I think 3 is the right number. If I can find one more of the long boys that I said earlier I didn't need. It's a 2x4 gray slope. Oh. Hey, yeah. Excellent. I do have 3 of those ones now, but oh well. And my problem is right now I'm having to use all these gray elements, and I probably don't need to, because a lot of it's going to be hidden, but I'm not sure yet what I'm going to be able to hide versus what's going to be visible. So I don't want a weird color of brick to be showing when I don't need it to be. When I'm not planning on it. You know what? Here. Needed a little bit more stability on the back. So that's the original trilogy. Sequel might have to be the Praetorian Guard scene. It's pretty, especially given what happens like right when it starts. Your jaw is just on the floor. Like, what is happening? One of the coolest movie theater experiences I've had in a while. For sure. Oh, I didn't think about something. Will that even let me do that? It will not. Shoot. I gotta rethink it now. I have to end this right here. Pop these off. Man, I'm eating up one of these brick separators. I don't know if you can see that. That end right there. I'm tearing it up. Not in a fun way. Okay. Sorry about that. There's still so much dust on that piece. It doesn't matter, it'll be hidden, but there just is. So that's sequel trilogy. What about The Mandalorian? There's some good scenes in The Mandalorian. What a great show. Man. Oh, speaking of good Star Wars stuff, by the by, I will have you know, I purchased this last Friday. I finished it last night. There's my receipt as a bookmark for proof. I don't want to show it just in case it shows. I don't read. I know that sounds bad, but it's true. It's a decent, let's see, it's, I don't know. It wasn't daunting. Not counting, so there's a section at the end to kind of like give you a look into the next book, which I know I'm already gonna read, so I didn't need it. So the whole book itself was 377 pages. That's not that long. It's really not. But it's so well written, and at least to a level of someone like me who's like, I'm not a high fantasy guy. I just want a good story with good characters. I want it to be descriptive without being too descriptive, overly descriptive. It's just good. It was good. That's all I can say. But I don't really read that much, and I finished this in a week, which for most people that's probably still a long time for such a small book. But for me, that was pretty good. I just don't read. It's not something that I'm really into, but I'm telling you, this has ignited something in me, and I'm 100% getting the next one. Because it's just really good. You're seeing the Jedi at the height of their power, and not only the height of their power, but also like the Jedi seem so effective in this. We've only seen Jedi kind of at their worst in all of the movies we've seen, kind of down on their luck. This is like they're at the height. The Order is working. The Republic is working. It's kind of hopeful, and it gives you this feeling of like, man, like if we put in enough effort and we all truly work together, that we could become something like the Republic, you know? It's just so hopeful. Now, I don't think it's going to stay that way, obviously. I don't think it's going to stay that way, but there's some great villains that have been set up. There's some great heroes. Specifically, I mean, really the people on the cover here are kind of, I won't say like our main, but these two especially. And him, he's super important. I don't want to get into spoilers, but anyway, this book made me read again, and to that I am very grateful. And this High Republic era stuff is, I think, gonna be really, 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 really cool. I know I'm like 2 years behind on it, so I have a lot of catching up to do, but this has definitely gotten me excited about Star Wars books again. And it's been a very, very long time. So thank you. This is a great book. You should absolutely read it. Absolutely. Don't sell yourself short. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I feel like I pick up a book and I take a long time to read through it. I'm fairly certain ADHD. And so I have to kind of like, I have to reread sections sometimes because I've gotten lost in my own mind. And so for a book to keep my attention, especially as quickly as this one did, I mean, this one caught my attention from the first chapter. And there's a mechanic in it that I won't spoil, but there's a mechanic in it that gets you to like, oh gosh, there's chapter 15. Let me see. Actually, I don't talk about mechanics that much. Chapter 22. Chapter 19. Yeah, so it gets you up all the way up to like chapter 18. That this mechanic kind of introduces you to the world and gets you invested in like, oh, whoa, what's about to happen? That's wild. A book in a week is actually way more than I've ever done, Lars, like for sure. But that mechanic hooked me in so bad and took my interest and just skyrocketed it. And so all the times that I would probably spend like browsing TikTok or something, I've now been reading and I feel like sophisticated. I know I just know to some people bragging about reading a book seems kind of cringy, but to me it was just really important, you know? I think I'm going to overlap these, by the way. It was just really good for me. And I definitely want to read more. And something about reading the physical book too. I don't like having a lot of extra stuff laying around, like physical books. But in this instance, I think I'm going to be making an exception. Because it was great to be able to see my progress. Like I'd read a little bit and then I'd look back and be like, whoa, look how, like I'm almost halfway through. Oh, I'm almost 3/4 of the way done. Wow, I'm almost already done with this, you know? It was pretty cool to see that, happen. I guess on that one I could continue it down. I think this overlap here is a good idea, where it's overlapping the top, because then it's going to kind of like roll into what I have planned for the top. Okay, well then I'll just feel proud about myself for finishing a book in a week then, you know? As many books as I have in my backlog, I'll definitely have to pick it up. Yeah. I'm normally an audiobook guy. And I still have a love for audiobooks, but I think I need to make some room in my life for actual like reading. Just to I don't know, it's just good. Like it makes my mind feel pretty good. Like when I endlessly scroll TikTok, I can't say that I feel great after that, you know? So it just feels good to like do something that doesn't leave you feeling bad about yourself, you know? Like that. I wonder if they should be closer. I feel like I'm going to run out of room. The ones in the picture are pretty close to each other. I think I'm going to move them one stud closer. As like a little grouping. In case you can't tell, it's this section right here that I'm kind of building. I'm going to cut this off. So essentially mine will start like right here. And this will be the first section. So yeah, I think they need to be moved closer by like one more stud. Just fine. That's not hard. I felt the same way when I got back into reading recently. Yeah, there's just something about it, you know? I don't know. Just gonna shift them. I haven't ever been a huge reader. I've always just, you know, probably like you said, I've always sold myself short. I will tell you, it does make me very tired to read. I get exhausted when I read, which isn't a bad thing to do right before bedtime, right? But then I found myself like reading during the day. At times where I'd be sitting on the couch and I'd be scrolling TikTok, it's like I could just as easily grab my book and be reading my book, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm a reader now. Maybe I'm one of those guys now. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I know that that'll offset this thing a little bit, but I'm okay with that. There we go. This one's the new gray. This one's the old gray for aesthetics. I'm going to put it over here and put the new one in the middle. So it kind of breaks up that. Again, I don't think you can tell on camera. I can tell in person that they're a little bit different shades of gray. You might be able to tell. There. I like that. I like the start of that. I think we're getting somewhere. After that kind of starts the... see if I can get another angle. Yeah, so these here... I'm going to say those are these right here. And then these ones... They move down from this scene. There we go. I thought a cool thing. I took this picture strictly for this cannon in the background. So I'm going to incorporate that. But I thought a cool idea could kind of be like, instead of them mid-fight, however I figure out the water, because Kylo kind of like walks towards her, right? Out of this mist of this wave. It could be, if I could figure it out, it could be kind of cool to have that be the scene. But it's probably going to be more like this, honestly. Like, more of the actual duel. Like them clashing sabers than anything else. So then I think about here. But like here is where I'll start the other sections. And I want to get creative with this side, though. Sorry, and you couldn't see what I was just pointing at. So I'm thinking about like right here is where I start the next kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I have enough to do 5. I'd have enough to do 1, 2, 3, another 3. That might look too symmetrical though. Definitely has to be 2 separating. So maybe I could do 4. There isn't really a huge gap between the two. Well, it's just a scale thing. It's just something I'll have to figure out. Just double checking that everything still fits. That still does work. I just need to find that other pin. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Let's greeble this up a little bit. So, I want to have an interesting increase to these. These could be, they're not much bigger than these ones, but I could make it way more interesting. I do think I need to start thinking about some details. Do 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 do. Ooh, that's true. I could. Sorry, I'm thinking in my head and not thinking out loud, which is probably how I would build normally. Is it all in my head? So I have to get into the habit of. Doing this. So bear with me. Sorry if it's boring. So if I come up higher with this, do I have more of these? I do have more of these. I have the square ones though, which could end up being in my benefit. Excuse me. If I did something like this, that's going to be too close now. Then I definitely won't be able to get as many if I do that. Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this, chat. Are you saying you have a bad feeling about chat? Are you saying that directly to, like, Clumsy? Do you have a bad feeling about Clumsy or or Lars? What are you saying here, Bebo? What are you saying? Yeah, that's not going to be distinctive enough. They're not really bigger than these ones. They're just kind of different. You know? They're actually more... Excuse me, man. They're actually more like... I know I got some. Here we go. They're kind of more like these. You know what? Inspiration strikes. There's some more. Man. One sec. Okay, I'm back. I just got to clear that throat. Jeez. Hopefully I didn't wake up the boy with that. Jeez. Ooh. So instead of filling this with just standard 1x2s. Ah, shoot. That's double-sided. I don't need double-sided. I just need one side. Curses. All these are double-sided. I don't need double-sided. I'm looking for pieces like this that have the studs on the side, but only on one side, not both sides. And I know I have some, but again, should they be in here? Oh, hold on a minute. I knew I would need some things like this. This is kind of like my catch-all for hinges. Hinges and, what would you call it? I don't know. Hinges along with the little grips. I'm sure they have a name. So... in here, oh, it probably wouldn't have what I'm looking for, though. A Fro raid. Holy cow, everybody. Welcome, everyone. 17 people. Howdy. I don't know why I said howdy. I do live in Texas, but I'm not that kind of Texan. Thank you so much for the raid. Unfortunately, I don't think I fixed my shadow command yet. I'm going to try it real quick. It's on my list. Let's see. Hey, I did fix it. Look at me. playing Zelda. Fro, you're playing Zelda. First off, hang on. Let's talk Zelda for a second, but give me just a moment to thank everybody. Hello. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming in with Fro. If you got to go, if you got to take care of stuff, I understand. I know it's late over there. Well, it's very early here. So good evening, good morning, whichever one you fall under. But I am Non, or Nonder, whatever you want to call me. I build Lego a lot on Twitch. I also play Tears of the Kingdom, though. I've been doing that every single weekday morning for my pre-work coffee hour. So if you want more Zelda, here we go. But also on Saturdays, I try to do Lego streams. Right now, we're building a mock. I really love these diorama sets. If you're familiar with them, Lego came out with these not too long ago. These diorama sets. Well, I am modifying one and building my own. I am making the ruins of the Death Star duel from The Rise of Skywalker. That's what I'm working on today. So hopefully you'll stick around. Have some fun with me. I got booted from the raid? That feels pointed. Oh no. Did you kick Dances with Balverine specifically? Okay, so you only just started tonight. I gotta tell you, I love this game. I love it so much. I'm having a ball with that game, and I'm not looking to finish it anytime soon. You would. Yeah. Sounds legit. So yeah, this is kind of the first time that I have on stream built my own custom creations. It makes me just a little nervous, but I have to say, having started now, I'm not nearly as nervous as I thought I would be. And now I'm just now realizing I could probably move these over to give myself more space over here. This is kind of my reference picture that I'm working with right now. I'm going to take some creative liberties with it, but essentially what you're looking at right here, this section right here is these three to start. There's going to be a lot of detail work, and then I'm going to be working on these here. So this is just the side. Then I'll have the top. And then towards the front here, I'm going to work on some Lego waves, some water. That's going to be the most challenging part, I think. But I'm up for it. I'm feeling better about my chances right now, having started, you know. Waited a month so I wouldn't have people not want to watch due to spoilers, but now I'm like, why did I bother? 4.5 hours and still not off the first island? Yep. Yeah, it took me a while for the first island too. And I've been watching Spud. I've been watching Spud play in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening for him, but and he's so far ahead of me that, like, as long as he's not doing specifically story content, I'm not really gonna notice like what's going on. So that's been fun, and it's kind of like in one of those games that you can experience in any order that you want. So it'll be great that you can just kind of like pop in and out of other places, and I don't think it'll be a huge deal. Again, unless they're working on a specific like story element that you're also working on. But a lot of the time, people are just out there exploring and having a fun time, and that's me. I'm having a ball with that game. I loved Breath of the Wild. I played it till I beat it, and then I was pretty much satisfied with it, and I really hadn't touched it since. But now playing this one, I'm just like, man, I should have been playing Breath of the Wild this entire time. But anyway, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hopefully those of you who have come over are taking care of yourselves, getting a drink, hydrating, or going to sleep. That's true too. I was just thinking about you the other day too. I hate how our time zones don't really align too much, because I would love to be more involved in your community specifically. But by the time you're streaming, I'm just waking up, and usually I'm getting mine started. So it's rare that I can catch you while you're live. But I always appreciate you sending over your crew. Everybody has always been so nice. Some of the nicest people I know. Some of the nicest people I know are Aussie. What's up with that? And look at me learning. I used to call you Aussie. I'm learning. I'm growing. You know, it's all happening. Bebo is our channel bot who occasionally asks us fun Star Wars questions or trivia. And he wants to know, which do you prefer, Star Wars or Star Trek? We're not elitist over here. I am obviously a pretty big Star Wars fan. But I also have dabbled in the Trek. I'm not above the Trek. I just only have time to make one thing my personality. You know? I'm looking for a specific piece to see if we even have it in here before I dive into this bag. I need to sort this collection better. In a perfect world, I would stream through the night and spend time with all my international friends. Yeah. I just got to move to Australia. I do have friends there. I have, like, you know, real... outside of yourself, you know? I have real friends over there. Maybe they can help me immigrate. Get me away from Texas. I'm a Star Wars guy, but my wife is a Trekkie. That's interesting. That's an interesting dynamic. Any pieces in here? There's a specific piece I'm looking for before I can continue. And it's like, I know I have them. They're just going to be in, there. See if they're in here at all. Has that caused any issues in your life? Being on such a divided fan base. There used to be, back when I was a kid or a teenager, there used to be a lot of that whole, like, Star Wars is better than Star Trek. No, Star Trek is better than Star Wars. You know, those debates on the forums. Nowadays, maybe it's just because, like, forums aren't a thing anymore, but, like, I don't think people care. I don't care. Like, I don't see why there has to be, like, one or the other. I've enjoyed both in my time. She's fairly tame in that she'll just watch all the shows and stuff. No real issues, no. There's more Star Wars Lego, so that fills our house. True. I mean, if there were officially licensed Star Trek Lego, there is Mega Bloks, but that is not Lego. Get out of here, Mega Bloks. Nobody wants you. Oh, sorry. But if there was officially licensed Star Trek Lego, you better believe I would have some. To have an Ultimate Collector Series USS Enterprise from, like, the original series. Whew, are you kidding me? I would scoop that up in a heartbeat. But they don't have the rights to it. I don't even think that they can do it through Lego Ideas because I think it's Mega Bloks owns it. It's Mega Bloks, right? I was about to Google it. I'm not going to Google that. We don't talk about that in our house. We don't talk about that brand. That Lego compatible with giant air quotes brand. No one likes you, Mega Bloks. Go home. And I say Lego compatible that way because they're truly not. Like, they're off by just a little bit. And if you ever use them in your build, one, the colors are off, obviously. But two, like, they're just, the gap between the bricks is just so slight. And I know because my parents bought me a Mega Bloks Blue Angel set, which is in concept real cool. But not when you try to mix that in with your own Lego collection. It's just enough to avoid being sued. True. Okay, curses. Oh, could this be it? Nope, that's on both sides too. I'm looking for pieces like this that have studs on the side, but only on one side. I don't need both sides. think I'm gonna have to dig into the collection. I feel like I've spent enough time looking. Bear with me just a minute. I'm gonna get up here. Clumsy's back with coffee. Maybe grab a coffee. I have some too. Got an appointment early tomorrow. Better head out. No problem. Get some sleep. Hope your appointment goes well. And thank you. Like, really, thank you again. I appreciate it. I'm going to step right over here. Make sure I'm decent. Okay, I'll be right back. Did you hear that? Oh no. Well, shoot. Found one. Ooh. Okay. So I don't know if you heard any of that, but I found this bag that is essentially kind of like my hinges and side building type stuff. And as soon as I pulled it out, the top was open and it just spilled all over. I found one which is helpful but doesn't really... I need more than that. I just finished packing my Lego. Time to get Chinese as a prize. Nice. It's a little reward. I like it. I also came across this. This is part of the Death Star build that I had started. Little hallway. I think I was going to have Vader and Obi-Wan fighting in there. But there's some pieces in here that I think I could really use. Not the one I'm speaking of, unfortunately. Yeah. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but I'm going to use these pieces later, so I'm going to bring that over here right now. My area is already getting a little chaotic. What's your favorite Chinese thing, Lars? What do you get? They're all that way. All right, can I dive into the Vader set? Maybe there's some in here. I really need these as a proof of concept here. I don't really see any. The reason why I want them is this, right? So this is what I want to do. I want to put 2 of them here. So that then... Oh, wait. You know what? Oh, I mean, I can't do that anyway. Wait, what am I doing? I can't do that anyway. Wait, so what I need is... I need the opposite. I need to be able to... I want to be able to attach this... here, like this, right? Honey chicken. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm a fan of orange chicken. And General So's chicken. I'm not sure how you say that. I like a nice little spice to mine. There's a place we go not too far from where we live. That has like one of the best orange chickens. Like it's like crunchy and sweet, little bit spicy. Good stuff. Okay, so I don't know what I was thinking with that anyway. I just spent all that time trying to find those pieces, but it's not going to work because these are studs right here. It's not going to work. What was I thinking of? So what I need to do instead is right about here. I need to have like a, yeah. Can I do like one of these? Maybe. It would need to go up a couple more. Just proof of concepting this out here, not final. It's getting me hungry, and I just had breakfast. Okay, maybe one more layer. If we're gonna go a full another layer, maybe I know this won't be the final. Let's see, where are you? I just need, I think a simple 2x4. That's it. That's all I need. I think there'd be plenty of those around here somewhere, right? Well, shoot. Well, here, fine. Just, again, I'm trying to prove this concept here. There we go. How about that? Then, of course, we'll have it come down. Wish it could be. I think that'll work. I like that. Okay. Comes up a lot higher, which I think is fine because these other ones do stick out further than these ones. So I'm okay with that. I'm not mad. Not mad. These might end up getting more detail on them as well. And now I'm getting hungry. Might be too much. We'll see. We'll see. We'll come back to that. Don't get too distracted. Okay, so how do I want to play this out then? It's got to come up by one of these. Okay, so that's going to start right there, and right there. How do I want to play this? It's Chuck Norris's water. It's a roundhouse kick of hydration. Thank you for that. Good old roundhouse kick of hydration. One of those ancient memes that Clumsy definitely remembers. I can't bring myself to get rid of it. I can't. It's gonna stay forever. Only the true elite will ever really know. You know. Okay, I just had another thought, okay? Don't judge me. If I didn't have that there, I wouldn't have to go up 2 more, really? For 1 stud? Wait, why was I having to go up 2? Hold on. Ancient, trying to make me feel old? Well, in Twitch, for Twitch, yeah, it's ancient. Ugh. I just... Oh, shoot. And if anybody feels old, is me. I am definitely feeling it. My hairline ain't what it used to be. You know, I think actually for my age, I think my body hasn't really failed me that much yet. That's kind of nice. I've heard people say like, "Oh, I hit 30 and all of a sudden I have, you know, horrible back pain all the time." And I'm like, "Really? Huh, okay." Why did I think I had to go up that high? Oh, I do because okay, never mind. I do because I have that in there. Okay, if I were to take this out, sorry, can't see what I'm doing here. End it at that. Okay, let's just see. Thinking about this stuff out loud and trying to explain to you what my mind is currently thinking is a really interesting concept here. Because normally how I would have built back in the day would just be, I'd still be getting up early on a Saturday. I'd have a space. And then on this TV right here, that'd be like some Netflix or some YouTube. So if I put these down here instead, start this here. Okay, so that still gets in the way, but do I need that all the way across the way? That's $1 million question right now. Do I like that enough to be like, it's gotta stay? If it stays, I gotta go up like 1 more. Ew, a car ad. Can't relate. Skill issue. I think actually just 1 is probably going to be fine. But I think I should just go ahead and go up, you know, just do the thing, you know. A couple of things I can do to make it a little bit better, though, that I think I will do. I can put in I think I have several of these. I hope. I'm gonna need like 6. Yeah, I need like 6 of these. I don't have 6 of them. I have 3. So maybe not. What you doing, Smokey? Look at him. You see him right there. What's up, Smokey? What are you doing? Did you need to go outside? You want to go outside? All right, we might take a quick break here and let him outside. Trying to get this piece off that I just put on. Because, of course, I changed my mind the second I actually got it on. Come on. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm going to let the dog outside. He does look like an Ewok, yeah. He does, kind of. He needs a haircut. All right, let me let the dog outside real quick. Take this as an opportunity to stretch your legs. Maybe grab some more coffee if you need it. And good morning, Charles, by the way. I'll be right back. I'm going to hit you with the BRBs. There it is, the BRBs, and maybe a clip or two, okay? Okay, I'll be right back. Closed. Terminated. Life's terminated, George. What? He did kill him. And then he puts up a sign. Liver King? Who needs Liver King and you could become Lego King? You only eat Lego. That would be a funny parody. It's like, what? You want to be an alpha male? You want to be the king of the roost? Well, consume more plastic. Yes. You heard it here. Eat plastic, live forever. And then a fast voice at the end. Please do not eat plastic. Plastic is very bad for you. Please consult your physician before eating any plastic. We are not held liable for any plastic eating. Okay. Just like that, I'm back. Hello. Yoink. Give everything a second to catch up there. Okay. He's outside. He's enjoying his time romping through the hills, you know, doing his thing. Okay. I hope you got a stretch in or something. Oh, that's right. I gotta do another one. I gotta do another one. Yeah. That'll do, that'll do. Thank you. 2x2. How's it going, Charles? How's your weekend looking? Did you stay up late last night playing Diablo 4? Yeah, Diablo. El Diablo. Oop. Wrong way. Although, no, that wouldn't work. No. Stick with the plan. Stick with the plan. Stick with the plan. Don't get too distracted. You can get a little distracted, but not too distracted, okay? Start with these four. Okay. I did not. We watched some very forgettable movie. You completely forgot it, or you just don't care to remember? We watched, we had a little bit of pizza last night. Just a little bit. A moderate amount of pizza. And some popcorn. And we watched a documentary on Amazon called Happy People? Smiley Happy People? Let me see if I can find it again. Smiling Happy People? Where where's Amazon? Amazon Video? We're weird. We like documentaries. So, you know, Shiny Happy People, it's called. Called Shiny Happy People. It is it's about the Duggar family, one. If you don't know who they are. TLC reality family. But it isn't even so much about them, it is about the kind of industry behind the way that they live their lives, called the IBLP, which was the, gosh, what did it stand for? Anyway, it's some weirdo who taught people back in like the 70s and 80s to like spank their kids and to break their spirits, and you should have as many kids as humanly possible. And they took that quite literally and had like 19 kids. So you are distracted. I think you forgot you were here since 6:30. That's were you here? Wait. Were you really? Did I miss you? I can't go all the way that far back. You were. We were talking about your Tempur-Pedic. What am I? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was like, oh, hey, Charles is here. Has been playing some Diablo. It's been a little quiet for the last 45 minutes because I was playing D3. You're playing D3? Oh, okay, D4. Okay. I'm going to say. Remember I said I'd been watching some Zelda streamers convince me. Okay. Yeah, I remember. My memory ain't what it used to be. Not what it used to be. So much has happened. Oh, guess I'm now forgettable. No, don't take it personally. That's a total non-move right there. Surprised it doesn't happen more often, honestly. I am pretty engrossed in this though. This is this is really fun. I'm having a good time. I hope you are too. Kind of cool to see this coming together. This is something I've thought about and dreamed about for a couple of months now, and was very anxious to pull the trigger to get started. And now that I'm here, I'm so glad that I did. Like I knew that's what would happen, you know? I do have some things to do then. I gotta go find some more of these pieces that I've had these pieces in my head all morning that I need, that I know I have somewhere within the collection. And so I think when I'm off stream, I'll probably be going through the collection, finding those parts that I know will help me make progress. That should be pretty cool. And then once I have those pieces, I'll be able to get back on and be like, all right, now I can make some real progress. I'm sort of just playing around right now. There isn't one more 1x4. Dark gray 1x4. Just one more. That's all I need. Is just one more. You're really going to do this to me? You're really going to do this to me? Dog's barking again. Sorry. It's okay. We all get older. Some of it might be age. Some of it might just be, man, I don't think I've ever been great with my memory. There are large chunks of my childhood that I'm 100% sure have just been buried. A lot to do with that documentary I was just speaking about. Trying to think how much I should share. Sorry. I had a moment. had a moment last night watching that documentary that's still kind of sticking with me a little bit. Can I swap those out? Can I swap that out? That's too long. That's potential. I just need one more of these pieces. Not too much to ask for. Just one. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Time to look at some of the other ones. Hello. Well, there's a piece that'll be helpful. Yeah. Uh-oh. My camera froze, huh? Just me concentrating. Let me go ahead and reset that real quick. Hello, face. I don't know why it's been doing that this morning quite a bit. I don't really know why. It's that Elgato face cam. It's just an actual piece of crap. So, you know. What was Shiny Happy People about the band REM? No, it's about the Duggars, which is at 19 Kids and Counting family. But they're also like Independent Fundamental Baptist Homeschoolers, which is the brand of cult that I was raised in, the brand of Christianity I was raised in. And it's all about, you know, men exerting their dominance over the home. The breaking of your child's will via actual child abuse, which spanking is. Physical abuse. It is. And just a lot of other toxic stuff like that, you know? And apparently that brand of Christianity tends to breed predators. Shocker, right? And it froze again. What are you doing, Cam? What are you doing, camera? Don't worry about that concerned look on my face. What is happening to you right now? Why are you being so finicky today? Are you going to come back? Do you see me? Hello? Hold on, please. I know. The void is deep. There you are. Hi. Welcome back. You're here. You're here with me. Homeschooling and toxic child rearing. Did you ever get a chance to read that post article I put on Discord? I have not yet. It is in my to-do list. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, you all probably from the news know what the oldest son of theirs did. I don't even want to repeat it, especially not on Twitch. But he's a predator. And so that particular brand of doing things just kind of breeds the worst people, unfortunately. And that was pretty close to how I was raised. And I had a moment where I could have sworn, here's that piece I was looking for. I had a moment where I could have sworn that in one of these, his name was Gothard. Bill Gothard, I think. He was the guy who kind of pioneered a lot of it. There was a moment I could have sworn I saw my mom in the crowd. I had Ashley go back. I was like, wait, go back. Hang on. I'm just like, is that my mom? Like, and when we played it back, it's like, it kind of looked like her, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't her. You know? Like, it was kind of like, I'm pretty sure that's not her. But it was enough. It was enough to make me go like, whoa. Like, I know that they probably knew of this person and a lot of the tactics that they would employ, whether they knew directly or were taught to them from people who learned it from him. I think, like, it wouldn't have been out of the realm of possibility for them to have been at one of those conferences. You know, it wouldn't have been too crazy to think about. But yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave the rest of that for Greebles. But see, it's gonna kind of sit like this. Now, obviously, there's gonna be so much more detail on here. In fact, I should start playing with some of the detail that I want to do, because I have a lot of those pieces here. So why not use them, right? It's just weird, man. I know I need to go to therapy. I'm just a little worried about, like, what all I have, like, shut myself to from my childhood, you know? Oops. What my subconscious has buried out of a survival mechanism. Cuz I don't want to hate my parents, and I don't. But doesn't mean that I'm not going to have my own stuff I need to work through, you know? So that's kind of an example of a little greeble I'm going to do. I think that looks kind of cool. I think down here, we should look at having things that are sort of, let's see. Can I get that up underneath there? Probably not. I could put that right there. Maybe another one. Kind of like that. Doing greeble stuff is my favorite. It's my favorite portion. I love it. I love it. I think I could bring this up with maybe a... Ooh, this is a good one too. Yeah. Something like this. It's going to cross over. I'm going to get you a little closer so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. Like that. I've always thought the ones who most rail about grooming children are the worst child groomers themselves. Yep. There's a thing that we say nowadays, like Ashley and I say it to each other all the time now, and it's just that the call is coming from inside the house. That those who are ranting and railing against some of the most heinous things that people can do are usually the people who are struggling with that thing. And what's sad is there's so many of them. I can point to example after example after example of how many, like, pastors and teachers and people in authority are just closeted gay. And it's like, if you just accepted yourself and stopped fighting that, you'd probably be you could probably end up being a pretty decent person. But if you're going to continue to fight that and continue to pretend like that side of you is so evil, then it's no wonder you lash out at everybody else, because it's what you're dealing with, you know? I mean, even Jesus said we're supposed to deal with the plank that's in our own eye before we dare talk about the sty that's in our brother's eye. And I like to take that literal. The rest of the Bible, not so much. But that, you know, seems reasonable to me. And I almost wonder if he wasn't saying it in a way that's like pointing out that the thing that you are constantly judging people for is the very thing that you personally are struggling with. You know? Call is coming from inside the house. I'm immediately cautious of people who rant and rave and seem so incredibly obsessed. Let's just say it like, well, I mean, we'll say it like it is. They seem so incredibly obsessed about trans issues. And personally, I believe in trans rights, just like everybody else. And it's just not a topic of concern for me. I mean, obviously I'm concerned for that community now, like, and what they have to go through. But like the level of obsession that like anti-trans people are, or even just normal people are, just all of a sudden so obsessed with what people have in their pants. And it really makes you wonder, like, what is going on in your head? Who is filling you with just such nonsense, you know? That you would care. Not only that you would care, but also that you would like actively try to like hurt people in that community. It doesn't make any sense. And the only thing I can think of is that like you're having struggles yourself. You're not able to make sense of maybe some of the thoughts and emotions that are going on in your own mind. So when you see people who have come to the conclusions that you yourself would love to come to, you lash out at them. I think this makes sense. It makes sense because, like, I can think of... Let me think of a good example here. So if I were here building Lego, right? And I wanted to make... And this has happened in the past to me. Like, let's say I wanted to make a career out of it. Like, right? I'm going to make this show about building Lego, you know, and I plan this whole thing out, but I never do it. And then somebody else comes along and they do it. They do essentially the same idea. And I get upset because it's like, well, that's what I wanted to do. I wonder if it's like that, you know? It's like, well, that's what, but I never did it, you know? I never did anything with it. I wonder if it's something like that, you know? There's some famous televangelist who was constantly preaching about living modestly and how it was important to give the church, and was cornered as he was about to get on his own private 747 jet purchased for him through his church. That is Kenneth Copeland. Kenneth Coper, who got very defensive when someone lightly questioned why he had a private jet. He got very defensive about that. One would say his eyes even got just a little demonic, you know, which is ironic from a man who makes his living off of saying that other things are demonic. This is also the famous man who blew COVID away by going and saying COVID is no more, COVID is gone. Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do. Exactly. Some other guy I was just talking to Miss Nonder about the other day. The guy who, well, this is kind of a rumor. I don't know if I should spread a rumor that I don't know is true. So maybe I'll refrain. I'm going to refrain from saying that publicly right now. Because it's a rumor and I don't know if it's true. But I wouldn't. It's along the same thing. It's somebody who's saying things about the trans community and then actively doing horrible things himself. And wanting to pass legislation that affects trans people, you know. It's silly. I get that for a lot of people it feels scary, but I'm a believer of freedom. I'm a believer that that humans should have rights, and among those rights would be trans rights as well. And so trans rights are human rights. It's the same thing. So if you believe in freedom, you believe in rights, then you should also believe in that as well. Not to tell you what to do or what to believe, but come on. At least chill out. At least chill. It's still gonna work. That'll still work as soon as I find that pin. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, Kenneth Copeland is just a quite obviously in it for the money. So he's a fraud, we like to say. I'd call that a fraud. He's a charlatan. He is a he is the type of person that Jesus warned us against. As is Donald Trump. I know I say these things here like I'm dropping a big bomb, but for me, if people in my life, which some of them do, know that I do this, but if they cared for a second to come on here and actually interact with me, the things I'm saying here would be a very line in the sand for them. They would probably be deeply concerned about me right now. But are they here to show their support for me anyway? Of course not. So it'll probably be years before we'll actually have a run-in, and I'll say something like that, and they'll be like, "Whoa, you've changed." And I was like, "No, where have you been? I've had this opinion for a very long time now. You just have not been involved in my life, so of course you wouldn't know what's going on." Look at this greeble work. Look at how cool that is. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Be a little harder to build in here. I love this detail work. I should probably not spend as much time on it right now and do the detail work like last, but I can't help it. I can't help it. Yeah, so I know to a lot of you, the things I say here aren't really super groundbreaking. But knowing just a little bit about what we talked about my background today and the way I was raised and whatnot, like these would be pretty radical statements in the crowds I used to run around in. So, bear with me. I'm still a kid. I'm still figuring this stuff out too. But yeah, I think we're all still figuring it out. We're all just scared little kids, you know? I could greeble this out for days. Days. Let's see, it's 9:04. This probably means it's about time for me to end. This has been incredibly fun, though. And I don't want it to end. That's not going to fit in there. That's fine. That's fine. Let's not mess up a good thing there. I'm thinking maybe these... Definitely needs to be some kind of like... maybe this can come out, though. Ooh, yeah. Maybe it'll be like this. Along with... Okay, that could be interesting. I actually don't need this in here then. Okay. That might end up being too long, huh? Yeah, I needed to kind of end right there. Kind of a little stack. I don't know. Do I like that? It just seems a little simple, you know? I like doing details like this because they don't have to be super symmetrical. They don't have to be very They don't really have to make a lot of sense. You know? Try to take this piece off. Come on. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Maybe, yeah, maybe one of these right there. Yeah. Okay. And then lastly, right here, I want to do something. This is where, you know, with the Greebles, I'm able to take a little bit more creative license too, and put some things here that you probably wouldn't normally see. I think I need to go darker. So we're gonna do a dark piece right there. I'm liking that so far. It's one of the coolest things about Lego and Star Wars in general is that like the details kind of make the universe pop. And they don't really need to make sense because you can be like, okay, well, it's just some fantastical universe, right? Like they don't need to make a lot of sense. So hungry right now. Uh-oh, I have a bad feeling about this trench run. Well, you're not wrong. This is the best part. I am having so much fun now. This needs something right here. Ooh, maybe. Oh. It's rolling off. Okay. Yeah, look at that. I love this. I could sit here and just add details to this for days. And that's the hardest part about Greebles. Is learning when to stop. Learning when to say enough is enough. Much like popcorn. I love popcorn. Yeah, look at how cool that piece fits there. So cool. Then it's just like a flow state, you know, just working through adding details where it feels right. I've already got one here. That doesn't feel right. You got a little grocery delivery coming too. I like this thing, but I think it probably needs to go somewhere else. Had to get Pepsi Max and ice cream. Well, of course. Had a little Pepsi Max. Do I like it? Ooh, I like that, though. I do like that. Enjoying my day and night home alone. Those are some of the best times. As long as you've got, like, you know, access to take care of yourself. Put on, like, lower the lights, put on some music in the background. Create a whole vibe. I love it. Okay, so I still need to figure out how I'm going to finish this part up here. I got a little too distracted with the Greebles, but I think that's fine. And of course, I still have to work on sort of rusting the area as well, using some brown and reds to create some rust. But what an agreeable greeble. I love it. All right, and then so my goal then, before we meet next time, is there's some pieces I really need to find. I need more of these plates, which I know I have plenty of, just got to dig for them. And then, of course, I need this pin. This pin is super important. And then I need to think about what I'm going to do for the water. Well, actually, first, I'm going to think about what I need to do to connect this. These are going to be in the way, unfortunately. Sorry about you. Gonna have to let you go. So to kind of create the top section, which arguably will be the most important section, and then I'll have to figure out how I'm going to be making, oops, actually it should be this way, sorry. How I'm going to be working on that water. That is going to be the next key. Yeah, so this part here isn't done. I'm going to finish that. Figure out how to get this all, well here, I can actually push this one in now. See, I think once I get this one in here, it's going to be pretty stable. I mean, it's already like, it'll stay. It wobbles, but it'll definitely stay. I like it. I like it a lot. And then we'll start with the platform up here all the way back. And then we'll greeble that thing just to shreds. Utilizing some of our screenshots here. And yeah. It's coming together, I think. We'll have to pop this one off. What if we can make our own little quote thing? What would be a good quote for... be a good quote for the scene? I'll have to think about that. I don't know. All right, everybody. And that's it. 3 hours. We did it. I'm very happy that I ripped this Band-Aid off and just started, because I feel the creative energy just coursing through my skull. Could also be the caffeine, but I hope you all have a wonderful day. Is there anybody we're thinking that we could raid? Let me go back to Twitch. Did that work? Oh, I'm listening to myself. Sorry. Are you all able to... Whoa! Sorry. Too loud. Are you all able to hear the music? I'm gonna turn it up like this. Hang on, let me mute this tab. You guys haven't been hearing the music at all, have you? Hold on, let me turn it up like way high. Have you been hearing it at all? No? I've just been listening to music in my head. Hang on, do you hear this? For some reason, the music slider's not going to stream. How long has that been happening? So, like, I know I have it split, right? Where it doesn't go to... It doesn't go to the VOD output, right? But somewhere along the line, then, I guess that got changed. Because it's not even going to the regular output now. Yeah, I don't even see it moving. I'm going to have to mess with that and see what I did to change. Sorry about that. I've been having lo-fi on all morning. I've just been jamming to it by myself. Sorry. Anyway, we got... I don't really have anybody right now. I do have somebody playing Diablo 4, but he's got 2.3 thousand viewers. So not exactly part of our community. So, is there anybody else you all would like to raid? Is there any chance that Lars is going live anytime soon? No pressure. If not, it's all good. I'm really disappointed that I haven't been sending out the music. I don't know why. It works for me. Oh well, I'm gonna have to add that to my... The problem is I can't check this unless I'm live. I'll have to put that onto my list. Here, you can just listen to this. Can you hear that? Just put the headphones up to it. Not able to raid. I got some chores now. That's fine. I mean, we could just go if that's cool with everybody. If I had anybody else in the build community on, I would probably raid them. But otherwise, we can just call it quits there. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that if you're cool with that. I am okay. It would also be nice to not have to, like, you know, because I feel bad. I don't want to like raid somebody and then just be like, bye, gotta go. But I do probably have to go, so I gotta go see the family. All right. Well then, let's just end it. Let's just do a good old-fashioned ending, okay? With some thank yous. Thank you so much, Fro, for the raid. I know you're gone already. You're probably fast asleep, dreaming, whatever it is you crazy Aussies dream in your weird upside-down planet.
It's a roundhouse kick of hydration.
In your weird upside-down world that is Australia. Where everything is reverse of ours. Thank you. Pirate Eggs, thank you for the roundhouse kick of hydration as well. It's good to see you.
Credits will define. Half egg.
Half dozen eggs. That's still a lot of protein. Oh, I appreciate you giving me that then. It's all the bits you have left. That means a lot to me then. It always means a lot to me, but definitely more now. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. And then Woodsy, congratulations on your sub. Thank you for the fun challenge there of blocking the word Lego during a Lego stream. But that was great fun. All right, everybody. That's going to be it for today. Lars, thanks for hanging out. Charles, good luck with your chores. I'm going to go do some of my own, I believe. All right. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you Monday morning. Bye. Charles in charge of our chores and our chores. Okay, bye. That was just too good of a comment to not mention it. Okay, now I'm leaving. Okay, bye.